What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, got a new video here. Came across, as you know, I did a video before talking about the American dream doesn't exist, and now we got a new perspective from the channel from Miss Lynette Atkins. So we're gonna check out her experience, or her perspective on why she believes the American dream doesn't exist. And I mean, at this point, I feel like when it comes to American dream, they make it to be anything and everything, and some things are just false. But let's see if we can agree or if we disagree. If we, I mean, I might if I ain't gonna lie, she might be saying some stuff that I probably just gonna agree with simply because like I'm here and she probably gonna point out some things I've noticed to myself. Just because I'm more open minded and recognize these things. But she might give me some new things that, I might have to start putting an eye on, focusing on. So I'm finna check this out, see what it's about. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Hey, send out more video suggestions. Let's see why the American dream doesn't exist.
What's good, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about the American dream. We're gonna get very real in this video. I'm gonna be very blunt and forward with you guys in this video. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, but we'll get into that towards the end of the video. I was supposed to have my college graduation this weekend. I ended up not going, and it's not because I'm not excited about it. Like, I definitely do believe that graduating from college is a really big deal. It's definitely something to be celebrated and to be proud of. But for me, I've kind of been struggling with this whole idea of this American dream and us achieving things that we've been taught to value as a part of this American dream. Because I know for me, like, I would not be here if it was not for my privilege, right? And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people who went to college and who graduated who came from very low income backgrounds or who were first gen, and that's a really big deal. That's not easy to do, right? But I know for me, I've grown up with a lot of people who are not where I'm at today. And it's not because they didn't work hard. It's because I had a lot of privilege. Even though I paid for my own college apartment, I wouldn't have been able to get it if it wasn't for my mom being my
Yeah, I feel oh, she in Austin. That's dope. Shout out, she in Texas. So shout out to Austin, Texas. Texas stand up. But yeah, I feel like college is one of those things. It's a huge achievement because it's a thing that everybody don't get to do in the United States. I know in Europe, most people, they have that opportunity because it's free and stuff, and they can go as long as they need to or want to. But here, most people don't have that opportunity, and it's sad because even you can have some of the top kids in the class and stuff that still don't go to college just because of how expensive it is.
paid for my own college apartment, I wouldn't have been able to get it if it wasn't for my mom being my guarantor. I wouldn't have been able to get my car if it wasn't for my parents helping me and explaining to me how to do it. All of this would not be possible without my privilege, right? And so I'm really struggling to be excited about this idea of an American dream because I realize that it's very much reserved for a select few. We were taught that the American dream is for everyone. If you work hard enough, if you get up off your ass and you bust your ass and you grind, you're gonna get where you want to be, you're gonna achieve your dreams. But I think we can all agree that that's not really the case. We bust our ass in school for 18 years, but we're not given the tools to be successful in America. Things that are important, like paying taxes.
Hey, at all. They taught me how to pass a test. They didn't teach me how to pass the test of life. And like you finna mention, like doing your taxes. Shoot, I think I only learned a little bit on how to write a check, and that was like in 5th grade. They taught me how to write a check, but that was it. Like, there's a lot of important things like paying bills, all these things. You do not learn that in school.
Years, but we're not given the tools to be successful in America. Things that are important, like paying taxes or, again, learning how to buy a car, it's not taught in school, and it's not taught in school for a reason. And so that's why I say I personally think that the American dream is a hoax. It's not real, right? It's designed to keep the people at the bottom on the bottom, and it's designed to keep the people in the middle class like me who have privilege. We can chase that American dream. We can go climb the corporate ladder, right? And go try to make as much money as possible. But at the end of the day, we're really just robots. We're really just sheep, right? To make the people at the top richer than they already are. The people who kind of run the government, which is corporations, right?
She's speaking facts. She's speaking facts. Cause just think about it. All the workers, like she mentioned, middle class, all the workers that's working so hard, doing the most work, The people at the top are just chilling and just telling those workers what to do. So now the people at the top look good because we basically making them look good, type of thing.
Richer than they already are. The people who kind of run the government, which is corporations, right? The wealthy, the rich, people who usually actually don't even work in the government, those people intentionally want us to keep chasing this dream. That's why, again, in schools, we're not taught anything important, because if you stay ignorant enough, you will continue chasing that dream. As long as we are not asking any questions, as long as we are workers and good consumers, we are making the wealthy richer. And what we've kind of been sold is this idea that we continue living on this way, then we can all be successful and happy, right? When in reality, a lot of this is fake, right? Money in itself is not real. All money that is in circulation right now, the only way this materializes is from debt, right? It's materialized from treasury bonds. It's materialized from home loans, from credit cards, right? So when you think about it, if all outstanding debt was paid off right now, there would not be money in this world, right? So we're kind of all chasing this dream. We're all chasing this hustle over something that is not real. And the way that our money system has been designed, the fact that money is, again, not real, it results in two things, right? Which is inflation and bankruptcy, like perpetually. There's a perpetual increase of the money supply to cover the interest that it charges, right? To issue money, there is interest, right? So there's always going to be inflation. So what this does is it creates a lot of
people fall for that all the time. I was just talking to my mom about that. Like, people can see a good deal, and people can fool somebody into making them think, oh, this is a good deal, probably because you ain't got to put no money down. You know, you just got to have this certain credit score. And then boom, what happens? They think it's a good deal, but don't realize that their interest rate is so high that their money is not even going to be going to that bill. It's going to be going mostly to that principal and stuff. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you're going to be paying more on the interest than the actual thing that you're trying to buy. People get fooled into this all the time, because people like salespeople try to trick people into thinking, hey, you just need this car, or you just need this house. You just need this product. Just get it. You want it, right? The interest, they don't want to break down why this certain type of interest rate is too high. They just want you in it. Why? Because as long as I get you in it, I get paid for it. It's a crazy scheme out here.
Of people in debt. When people are basically slaves to the system because they're paying off debt, they are more likely to work and for a cheaper price. So when you think about it, when all American people are basically brainwashed into being consumers, we're being marketed to every single day. We're taught to go chase the American dream, and then we're taught to go to school and take out debt to support that American dream, and take out debt to buy a car, and take out credit card debt. Do whatever you can to live your American dream. And then on top of all of that, we're constantly fed useless information, right? We're constantly being distracted with media, with social media, right? With reality TV. This is the perfect recipe for the American people, the American dream, to essentially just be a money-making machine for the 1%. We as workers, again, especially essential workers, I talked about this in my other video on the Great Resignation, we're being paid a lot less than we are actually worth. We're also being overworked. And the craziest thing is that
I felt the same way. Like, for a salary, and you give me all this work to do, and I don't even have times to take off to enjoy family and stuff. Like, America really is that just work society.
Worth a lot less than we are actually worth.
In hopes that you get a raise, in hopes that you climb the ladder in whatever company that you work for.
Resignation, we're being paid a lot less than we are actually worth. We're also being overworked. And the craziest thing is that America does this not only to individuals, not only to Americans, but they also do it to other countries. America issues loans to other countries that they know cannot pay back the loans, so that they can take advantage of them, right? So that they can extract natural resources, so that they can go set up sweatshops, right? It's actually really crazy when you really look into it, but it's all hidden from us as American people, right? Where it's disguised as this American dream. And for some people, it's really hard to accept that, right? I know a lot of people, their argument is, you know, the reason why things are like this is so that America can be the greatest country in the world, right? We've been taught that America is one of the greatest countries in the world because our economy.
How are you gonna be great by hurting other people? Like, that don't make no sense. You don't be great tearing down others. You're great when you're helping others and building others.
The greatest country in the world, right? We've been taught that America is one of the greatest countries in the world because our economy is so great, when in reality that in itself is fake too. The idea of a GDP, right, gross domestic product, that is like one of the biggest signifiers of a country's health. So America has a lot of value placed in our GDP, right? Our GDP is constantly rising, but all GDP really is the value of our spending on goods and services. In reality, when a country is spending more and more on goods and services, this usually means the country is being less and less efficient, right? It's being less sustainable with its goods and services. So for example, our healthcare, 17% of our GDP comes from our healthcare.
Wow.
I think that was like in 2009.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's new information.
17% of our GDP comes from our healthcare. I think that was like in 2009. That means that 17% of our economy comes from spending on healthcare services. So naturally, you would think that the more that we spend on healthcare, the more that our economy grows, right? Which means the better our quality of life as a country, because economy usually signifies how well a country is doing, right? But in reality, when we're spending more on healthcare, that means that there's more sick and unhealthy people in this country. You have to keep people sick and unhealthy to spend more on healthcare. So it's no wonder that our healthcare industry is designed to keep people sick, right? The more sick people are, the more money that big pharma makes, the more money that insurance companies make, right? It's designed to be this way. So when you think about it, the more problems that we create as a country, the more problems that we intentionally create, that our government intentionally creates, the more money that we're spending to clean things up.
That's a fact, and that's so true. Like, I was just saying, like, it's a movie. It was a documentary. What was it called? I said it in the other video, but there's a documentary about like the food and all that stuff, and it was just showing like cancer research program, heart disease programs, like these big foundation, and they're sponsored by companies that give you these type of diseases. It's crazy. They give you these type of health issues like diabetes. It's sponsored by a company like I don't know. We have different type of programs and foundation when it comes to like your health and all that. But diabetes, they are sponsored by companies things that can cause diabetes. It's crazy. Why? Money. Cancer research. Do we really believe that nobody figured out a cure for cancer? Are we really going to believe that? No. Why? Because money. Cancer research is a $1 billion industry that's been going on for years. The money's so good, why give a cure? Like, people don't think about that. I'll be thinking about this type of stuff. Why? Because after all this time, how come you don't have a cure for one of the most common known things? Ching ching. That's just like when COVID hit. They figured out a medicine and all that stuff to the quickness for that. They figured something out quick. But it's just crazy to me that it's just money.
There's this quote by this guy named Michael Ruppert that says, we have to create problems to create profit. When you think about crime in America, right? The more crime there is, the more money that corporations are making. There's over 2 million people in the US locked up right now.
Locked up. Aren't we the land of the free? Why are 2 million people locked up?
Money that corporations are making. There's over 2 million people in the US locked up right now. We are literally the world's biggest incarcerator. A lot of our prisons are privately owned, which makes zero sense to me whatsoever, right? But almost all of our prisons have people working as slave laborers, right? The more people who are locked up, the more money corporations are making. There's no wonder that the war on drugs happened. There's no wonder that our country purposely locks people up, right? Black people in particular, right? If you guys have seen 13th on Netflix, if you guys haven't already seen it, I really recommend you guys go watch it. Our economy being good does not equate to a good quality of life in this country. It doesn't make us efficient. It doesn't make us the biggest innovators in the world. Our products are literally designed to break down within a few years. It's so that we can spend.
Products are always the same. iPhone's always been the same. Nothing changed. But most people, I had to realize once I got an iPhone 11, I kept that for like 2 or 3 years. I just upgraded because my phone broke. That's the only reason I upgraded. Well, no, I sold it. I gave it to a family member. I don't even think I sold it to him. I just gave it to him, so I ended up getting a new phone. But that's the only time, because I had to start realizing, like, we're buying the same thing. Video games, they're always the same thing. The only difference is new people that got drafted, at
And
least for
more,
sports.
right? So we're spending more, we're creating more problems, we're literally designing products that break down so that we can be the world's biggest economy, right? So that corporations can make money. When we measure the health of a country based off of economics, based off of money, which again is something that's not even real, we are lying to ourselves, right? We're being lied to. This idea of an American dream, this idea of America being the greatest country in the world and the biggest economic player and people living their best lives here, a lot of this is a hoax. And don't get me wrong, I realize that a lot of people have come to America and had way better access to opportunities and to good lives than they have in other countries. But at the end of the day, a lot of the issues that we face in America, we should not be facing. And the only reason that we're really facing them is so that people at the top can stay at the top. And that's why I say the American dream does not exist, right? It's not real.
It only exists to those people at the top. The American dream is those people at the top. That's all it is. Why? Because the money is the power that can call the shots.
When you're being sold this lie, it's a lot easier to go to work every single day, come home, watch some reality TV, and wake up and do it all over again and pretend like nothing is wrong. But I really, really encourage you not to take the easy route, right? If enough of us are mad, if enough of us are angry and want change, we can actually make change. It should not take another pandemic, right? It should not take another million people losing their lives or losing their houses, right? Or another cop shooting another black person for us to be angry. We should be angry right now. I encourage you to go read some more about what's going on, go learn as much as you can, and do whatever you can to stay aware of what's going on. A lot of the things that I talked about in this video I actually got from this documentary that I watched called Zeitgeist that a lot of you guys recommended me. So I'll leave a link to that down below, as well as a lot of other resources that you guys can go check out. I'm thinking about maybe starting like some kind of like Excel sheet or a Google sheet that we can maybe all add to if we want, so we can all kind of share information, but definitely leave suggestions, comments, readings, documentaries, all that stuff down below if you guys have anything else that you guys suggest I add. But yeah, I just really, really encourage you guys to stay informed and stay aware of what's going on. I know it can feel really shitty sometimes that we all have to be in the system while also being aware of it. Kind of makes it harder to be aware of what's going on while trying to get up and work every single day. But I really appreciate you guys. I do really feel like having this community where we can all talk and learn from each other has made it a lot easier to get through how shitty this can kind of feel. So I really do appreciate and love you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And before we go, I do want to thank today's video sponsor, which is Squarespace. I work with Squarespace quite a lot because I love them. If you guys have never heard of Squarespace, they're an all-in-one platform for you to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. So no matter what you guys are doing, whether you are a creative, an entrepreneur, and you're trying to eventually quit your 9-to-5, you can use Squarespace as your one-stop shop, from everything like websites to online stores to marketing and analytics to support what you do. So one feature that I really like about Squarespace that I always talk about is their ability to collect donations. So if you are trying to start your own business, if you're trying to get crowdfunding for a cause that you believe in, you can actually use Squarespace to collect donations from things like Stripe, PayPal, Venmo, Apple Pay. They have a wide variety of payment features, which makes it very, very easy to pull some money together. Another feature that I really like about Squarespace is their extensions. They work with a lot of third-party companies that has tools that can help you manage literally anything from inventory to promotions to bookkeeping. So you don't have to have a lot of knowledge to get whatever you want to get off the ground on your website. And lastly, I will say Squarespace has a blogging and community feature that makes it really easy for you if you want to share your opinions online, start a community of people who talk and learn from each other and grow with each other. You can do that on Squarespace as well. They make it very, very easy with their blogging features. So I really encourage you guys, check out Squarespace if you haven't already, no matter what your passion is. You guys can use my link squarespace.com/LynetteAtkins to get 10% off of your first purchase with them. And again, thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Nice. Definitely gonna have to subscribe. This was good because, like she said, she pointed out some key things, very detailed things, because I feel like American dream is to keep the poor, middle class and the middle class, and the rich make them become richer. That's the American dream. That's what it seemed like. 'Cause if this is the land of opportunities, and don't get me wrong, like I feel like everyone do have equal opportunities, but for some it's harder. It's harder than others. You know, the road is definitely harder for others because some, like I even went to school and know people that they have stuff passed down to them, and they already starting at the top. Versus me, my family, like we didn't have nothing. We had to start it from the bottom. Now we here type thing. Shout out to Drizzy, but that's how it is. That's how it works. Like, and that's what I'm trying to create now for my family. Build something so I can pass down, teach my kid, hey, to keep building, so you can pass it down to your kids. Cause, like she said, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you're gonna grow. That's what I believe, and that's why I do different videos just to expand my knowledge on different things, because it's helping me grow, helping me understand the world and how it works. So, but definitely enjoy this. Thank you, Miss Lynette, for this video. If y'all have any questions, y'all let me know. If you have, hey, send some comments down. Let me know what you think. That's all I have. Y'all send more video suggestions, and y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.